You ever walk into a school thinking you're just gonna ask a few questions and leave and end up almost getting the cops called on you? Yeah, that happened. My husband Thalen and I went to Brookstone Ridge Elementary, folder in hand, hearts pounding, just trying to understand why our 9-year-old daughter kept coming home saying kids were calling her a monkey. Not once. Not twice. 3 times in one damn month. Now, look, we'd done the polite thing. We emailed the teacher, followed up with the counselor, even left voicemails for the principal. Got nothing back. Crickets. Not even a, "we are looking into it." So we said fine, let's go in face to face. We took time off work, cancelled meetings, left a drywall crew hanging. Because nothing mattered more than our little girl walking into school every day and feeling like she didn't belong. Principal Sutter didn't look surprised when we showed up. Didn't stand up. Didn't smile. Just motioned to the chairs like we were another thing on his list. I slid the folder across his desk, printed emails, a note from Nia's teacher, even one of Nia's drawings. She'd drawn herself eating lunch alone. He didn't even read it. Just said, "We take all allegations seriously." Like it was some HR seminar. My husband leaned in and said, "Do you take it seriously when a kid gets called a monkey at recess?" And you could feel it, that shift. That moment where a conversation becomes a standoff. Sutter looked at the clock. Said he had another meeting. I opened my mouth to respond calm, still calm, and then I saw his hand move to a button under his desk. He called school security. Said we were being disruptive. That's when the air in the room got real cold. 2 officers walked in, one with his hand near his belt, scanning the room like we were hiding weapons. We didn't yell. We didn't threaten. We asked questions. But somehow, we were the problem. So I pulled out my phone and hit record. Because if you're gonna treat us like a threat for advocating for our child, we are gonna make sure people see it. The video wasn't fancy. Just me and Thalen sitting there, calmly, asking why nothing was being done about a child being bullied. And when I tell you it blew up, I mean, overnight, thousands of views. Comments flooding in. People saying, "This happened to us too." But not everyone was supportive. Some folks said we were playing the race card. That we should have handled it privately. Yeah, we tried that. 4 weeks. Then came the twist. A letter showed up from the school, not an apology. Not a plan. Just a carefully worded PR note telling us to go through the proper channels. Proper channels? We are the channel. Still, we stayed calm. Made a second video. This time, I looked straight into the camera and said, "If this has happened to you, we need to talk." And people did. Oh boy, did they talk. A former student messaged me, said he was called Gorilla Arms back in 5th grade and told to toughen up. A teacher, anonymous of course, said she'd been told not to escalate unless things got physical. Then we got invited to a virtual town hall. Hundreds of parents showed up. One mom cried. A white dad of a biracial daughter said, "They told me my daughter was just sensitive." It was bigger than us now. Then, and I'll never forget this, Nia handed me a letter. She'd written it alone, quietly, after dinner. Said, "I just want to be safe like the other kids." We read it at the next board meeting. Well, actually she did. She stood on a little step stool, in her red cardigan, voice shaking but clear, and she read it in front of a packed room of adults. And you could feel it, the shame, the silence, the truth in her words. That moment, that was the shift. The applause that followed wasn't polite. It was people realizing they'd been asleep. A week later, Principal Sutter was placed on administrative leave. But even after that, the backlash came. Thalen's business started losing clients. I got a warning from HR. Some neighbors stopped waving. PTA moms whispered. They were punishing us quietly, hoping we'd shrink. But we didn't. Instead, a new principal reached out, sat us down, asked about Nia, asked what she needed. And for the first time, someone said, "I believe you." They started reviewing old reports. Real training was scheduled. A parent-led equity panel was formed. We weren't just being heard. We were being included. Nia? She started singing again. Volunteered to read out loud in class. Asked if she could wear her braids long for picture day. And one night, she asked me, "Are you proud of me?" I said, "More than anything. Even when you were scared." Because that's bravery, not yelling. Not fighting. Just standing up and saying, "This isn't right." Now listen, we didn't ask for any of this. We didn't want to go viral. We just wanted our daughter to feel safe. But sometimes, speaking up doesn't just change your life, it cracks open something bigger. And now I'm asking you, if you saw this happen in your community, would you stay silent? Or would you speak up? Because silence protects systems. But truth protects kids. Let us know in the comments, what would you have done?